have been craving soup and I needed a reason to use my immersion blender that has been collecting dust since I first purchased it, so I am making some tomato soup. Starting off by slicing some tomatoes, red pepper, basil, garlic, and onions. The main thing for this recipe is just cutting and combining, so super simple, quick, easy night meal or weeknight meal. I've been having a lot of fun experiencing with different plant-based meals. Feeling more energetic and invigorated rather than bloated and sluggish has been one of my favorite things about having a mainly plant-based diet.
A few moments later.
So good. Get it on that. Alright, great. Put this up before I drop it. So I cooked the tomatoes in the oven for about 15 minutes. It smelled so good. I don't really measure things when I cook. I just use my best judgment, so that's what I did. I added my roasted garlic. This part is so satisfying, pressing on the bottom of the clove to push the garlic out. I pretty much burnt my fingers, but it's all good. I have cooking hands, so stuff like this doesn't affect me as much. Then I added some ginger broth and coconut milk, then blend everything together. Once it's finished, it comes out this really nice orange color and a good creamy consistency. Oh, I also added some brown sugar to reduce the acidity. Adding some vegan Parmesan, some more coconut milk, and a little bit of olive oil. And that's it. All right, let's eat. Bon appetit. I feel like I never eat on camera with y'all, so I'm just gonna take a couple bites. Y'all hear that crunch? Vegan cheese is hit or miss. But this vegan cheese, go get that brand if you live near a Kroger. It's really good. It tastes like cheese to me, and it actually does melt. Now, it doesn't melt as good as like regular cheese would, but it still melts really well. It's just the way you cook it. Like, this is melted. It doesn't look that melted, but once you bite into it, you can tell it's actually melted. It's so good. Time for the tomato soup. It's so good. I was really craving something like comforting and hearty, and this just really hit the spot. Now I'm gonna dip the grilled cheese, and also this, by the way, this is healthy bread. This is like multi-grain bread with seeds and stuff like that, but it's still really good. Let me show y'all, and that's how you do it. This, try it at home and let me know what you think, even though I didn't make this recipe up. For my next meal, I'm making orange tofu, which is similar to orange chicken, but I used fried tofu instead. Tofu is one of the best meat replacements in my opinion. I really enjoy cooking with it because you can make it however you want. It's so versatile and it takes on the flavor of whatever you cook it in. My favorite kind is extra firm tofu, especially when I'm making meals like this. So for the sauce, I could have cut corners and squeezed the fresh orange juice with my hands, but I wanted to make sure that I was getting all of the juice. So I used my juicer to make some fresh orange juice. And then off camera, I seasoned the tofu. I sprinkled it with some cornstarch. Now this is what's gonna make the tofu extra crispy. Then I fry the tofu in some sunflower oil. Then I heat my orange sauce in the pan. I add the crispy tofu to the sauce, making sure that it's well coated with some green onions. I wouldn't suggest heating the sauce up for too long since it will thicken excessively and the tofu will soak up all the sauce, leaving you with nothing left to pour over the rice. And this is what happened to mine, but it was still great nonetheless. The last meal of this vlog is this delicious vegan rasta pasta with oyster mushrooms. I began by chopping up all of my vegetables. The yellow, green, and red peppers are a must. The next step is to slice my oyster mushrooms, which are the second best meat substitute in my opinion due to their fibrous texture. The texture is very similar to different types of meat, and I love cutting oyster mushrooms. It's so satisfying. So I thoroughly season the mushrooms and add some jerk paste. I know this isn't the best technique to season food on a cutting board, but whatever. I give the oyster mushrooms some time to marinate, and while doing that, I cook the penne pasta. And then after that, I season my vegetables for a few minutes. I prepare my sauce with some extra jerk paste, vegan mozzarella, vegan parm, ginger broth, and some coconut milk. I also season the pasta sauce off camera so it's well seasoned. Then I just mix all the ingredients to make sure they are well combined. Last but not least, add some jerk oyster mushrooms on top, and that is it. Super simple and easy and so delicious. Moment of truth. This is my first time making, I don't even need these glasses. This is my first time making rasta pasta, but especially vegan rasta pasta with oyster mushrooms. So I'm excited, I'm so hungry. So I'm gonna try it on screen for you guys. This is what it looks like. Okay, let's eat before it gets cold. Spicy. It's got like a little kick. It's so good. Okay. Thank you. So good. This is probably by far one of my best vegan dishes. Try this out if you like mushrooms. Don't sleep on oyster mushrooms, because oyster mushrooms are so good and they are like one of the best meat replacements. If you're trying to avoid like all of the vegan processed meat and stuff like that, oyster mushrooms are gonna do it every single time, I promise. I promise. They taste like meat to me. I mean, I haven't had meat in years, but this is the closest thing to meat I feel like I've ever gotten. Look at that. All right, y'all. I'm gonna finish eating. I have some more to be after this, so I'm gonna gobble this down really quick, and then I will talk to y'all later. Hope that you like this video. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe.